Like, this is a typical class, right? We have some people who have shoulder pain, some people don't have shoulder pain. And let's see what it looks like if we do some self-treatment techniques with a kind of a typical group of athletes who, you know, complain of shoulder problems. Well, what we're going to do is we'll take a look at a couple pieces of basic shoulder problem patterning for the kind of average CrossFit athlete. And specifically, we're going to look overhead at all you guys, and then we'll look at internal rotation for all of you guys, because that makes a difference about what happens. In physical therapy, we use the model that, like, look, and this is what the model I want for you guys as athletes, is that let's treat what you find. Like, start with what you know, and you're saying, hey, this is a position I'm challenged in, right? And then what is it about this position that I can affect myself, right? And we've said it before. We've talked about kind of basic. Let's clear up any thoracic business. And so any region in the thoracic spine, let's go ahead and see if we can get after that. And so specifically, let's do 1 or 2, 3 things, and then we'll test and retest and see if there's a difference again. Does that make sense? You guys with me? Okay. The crux of this is if we identify a problem, we should be able to treat it in 2 minutes. And if we're going to say if we can pick 2 or 3 things, that might be 6, 8 minutes before a workout, right? You can usually work that in. We give our athletes that much time to kind of dink around on their own anyway. So let's see if we can find 1 or 2, 3 things that are your magic bullets. And then you can explore the other things, but you should be able to do 2 minutes is more than enough time to make any change on that stuff. Does that make sense? Is that an agreement? 2-minute drill, okay? So here's the first 2-minute drill. And let's go ahead and get you on the hard floor. So this is the 2 lacrosse balls that we favor on your back. And you can do this on the rug, but that's what my children do, right? And you can get a softer ball, but that's for my grandma. So we want the hard balls taped together. And what we're going to do is put it right somewhere in the thoracic spine. Our model is treat what you find, give it to 2 minutes, and this is you. And then also, we're going to say, you know, we know that when we strengthen one thing, it may have direct or indirect impacts on our other movements. Working on handstand push-ups makes me a better, you know, jerker, for example, right? So what we're going to say here is that maybe working on my overhead positioning maybe also helps some other things. That's why we say you have to have full range in your joint in all planes in order for that joint to be normalized. And so if you've got one really squeaky tough range that doesn't work for you, but you're awesome over here, I bet working on this range will improve everything, because you're paying a price to buffer that bad position. Does that make sense? So here's the first drill. Lacrosse balls, just somewhere in the middle of the thoracic spine. What we're going to try to do here is, can we create motion in the motion segment of the thoracic spine? And so one of the things is, if he just hugs himself back and forth, big tighter, and then just rolls back and forth, that's a really simple beginner way to start. And it's probably a little bit painful already, yeah? On a 1 to 10, what's that feel like? 5, right? And we haven't even done anything yet. So now what I want to do, though, is try to tie a mobilization into a movement. And what we're going to do here is keep in mind that a lot of the stretching we're doing is what we call physiologic range stretching. Is that if I move my arms through a range of motion, I'm going to stretch and mobilize whatever is tight in that range. But I may not be actually changing the joint kind of intra-articulations of the joint and the joint capsule. If I have a knot in the system and then I just stretch, there still may be a knot in the system. But our 80-20 rule is that most of the time, this very simple mobilization of stretching in these physiologic ranges is going to make a difference. So here's what we do. This is how we jazz this up, right? 30-minute meals, you know, you make something pre-made and you add something on top of it, right? So he's going to keep the rib cage down. And then I'm going to have him try to get right into that position. So try to go straight up over your arms to the ground. Does that make that ball any? Oh, there's that face. That's how we know it's working, right? This is the shoulder. So what you're seeing is we're getting into those ranges. Now what I want you to do is go ahead and grab your hands, and I want you just to oscillate through, keeping the rib cage down. So come back up. He's lost the rib cage. Try to press into the ball. Now keep that position. Good. And now let's go back up over your head, right? And you see, oh, just touch it and come out. Come out, good. Touch it, go ahead again, touch it, and come out, good. And so we're just getting to this end range, boom. And what we're trying to do is mobilize right where that ball is. So we're tying that thoracic movement, that thoracic motion segment, into the position we want. Does that make sense? And we get this extension right where the ball is. So scoot that way 1 notch, and just do the same thing. Good, belly is down, got to keep the thing, and he just touches that, come out. Again, touch it, come out, mobilization with movement. Can we block a segment and then create some leverage over that, fulcrum over that segment? Can you guys do that? Good. I tell you, get a setup. There's some balls here. Let's see if we can get a few people, the people that we checked before. You're going to stand and do that same thing. And we're going to put the 2-minute drill on. 2-minute drill. 3, 2, 1, go! The strangest workout ever. Good. Just touch that resistance. Come out. Put your head down. Good. Relax. Bring your arms out. So we don't need to lurk there. Just we're trying to get movement through those balls. Hit it. Come on down. So if you feel like your rib cage is flying, keep the rib cage down. Is that better like that? Now come back up over your head. Hit that corner. We're trying to get through, press through those corners. If it doesn't feel easy, if it's easy and you're already to the ground, move on to the next segment. Slide that way. That way. There you go. Bring your arms down. So we start to put the ball further and further towards your neck, okay? So just come down, hit those corners. Keeping the belly tight, arms straight. Don't make that face. It's a private face, right? Just hit those corners, boom. And if you find this good one, I want you just to oscillate in and out. Come back to neutral right there, come back and hit that thing again. So we often find that there's a type 1 error with our athletes working themselves, and they think they're actually working long enough and they're not, right? That's only been 55 seconds. Oh God, the pain goes on and on. So come on down, come back. Good, keep that rib cage down, drop your rib cage, right there. Hit the resistance and come back. Good, one more time, hit it, come back. Good, hit it. There you go, and just oscillating back and forth across that. And so what's happening now is every time she hits that oscillation, that's like a passive movement. And then, you know, if her hands go numb or something feels weird or spine's about to jump out of her throat or CSF bleeds out her ears, right? Then we just stop, right? It's cool, everyone understand? Scoot down a notch, hit that thing. So we want to be hitting kind of the whole, and maybe you're too low. Did you start really high? Go the other way, yeah, go towards the money. Hit that corner, come on out. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? It's like a vacation of pain. Paincation, come on, keep going. You got 15 seconds to make some change. Rib cage down. Is it getting easier? I don't know. Good, keep hitting those. Hipping it up overhead. 3, 2, 1, done. Oh, thank God. Do you guys remember Poltergeist? The little crazy woman, she's like, this back is cleaned. Let's go test again. And put this line in the middle of your foot. There you go. Belly down, pull tight, and see if you feel like that makes a difference. How's that feel? Better, same, worse?
Better.
Yeah?
Better, yeah.
Does it see you better? I don't know. Let's try another guy in there. You look dubious. On that account, I remain dubious. Good, ribcage down, pull back. Does that look any better? Pull back. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot better. Good, excellent. Does that feel any different to you? Did that change your shoulder pain at all?
It didn't hurt.
It didn't hurt. Good, out of there. That doesn't change anything, did it? It hurts when I do this. It doesn't hurt when I do this. Nothing's changed. Good. Keep that pin. Be good. Discipline. I'm thinking that looks better too. Well, good. Yeah, maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't work. Right? Your 2-minute drill is that if you hit this for 2 minutes, we're going to see some change. Why do I choose 2 minutes? Well, it's going to take enough time, motion, time under tension to make changes in the tissue. We're still taking advantage of the viscoelastic natures of the tissue and properties of the tissue, but how long does it take the best people in the world to do Fran? 2 minutes, so that's a good reason, right? Yeah. So if you can do Fran in 2 minutes, you can suffer for 2 minutes. Does that feel any different?
Yeah,
Better? So that feels different, why?
because it's not as tight.
So you're saying it's easier to get there?
Yeah.
Would that affect your workout somehow?
Yeah.
I like that. Good. Let's go. Someone else. Remember, when we're talking about the efficiency and energy expenditure of the system, it's not just me moving the barbell. If it costs me a lot in kind of currency, good, keep that rib cage down, pull the arms back, there you go. If it costs me a lot of currency to get the athlete organized, then that's less money I can put into actually moving a barbell effectively, or doing a kip or something like that. That make sense? Okay, so that's the 2-minute drill number 1.